Well, hello YouTube. I am doing another run and fish in the swamp excursion today. Done this a couple of times now, but it's become one of my favorite things to do because I often need to get a longer run in on the weekend, and also want to go fishing and also want to get out into the swamp. So why not do all of those things at the same time? So today I am here at Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park, and those of you who have, the two of you who have followed this channel for any length of time, this is where I ran my first 50K. So today I'm just gonna do 15 milers, what I have planned. I'm a little bit flexible, but I feel pretty good. I think that should be fine. And then I'm gonna try to catch some fish. So I will bring you along, and probably try to keep the filming somewhat short on the run, but I'm sure there will be something interesting to see. So we'll see what we see. So this area is home to the Everglades mink. I've seen one, so maybe we'll get lucky and see another one today. My wife and I tried to fish here, or we came here with the intention of fishing a couple of weeks ago, but as you can see, it's pretty dry during the wet season. This is like a highway interchange. Lots of life here, but pretty dry. There's some little baby fish in there. Don't know if the camera will pick it up, but still beautiful. There's no way you can see that. He's running along and heard movement in the grass and brush. Pretty heavy sounding thing. It was about I don't know, maybe 6-7 foot alligator that was scared of me and retreated into the water. Well, at least that's all wildlife that we've seen so far. So let's keep going. In case you care, we're at mile 4.17, a little bit past halfway to the planned turnaround. It's going well so far, so see you in a bit. Well, I made a probably foolish last-minute decision to take one of the hiking trails off of the main road. The road I was running on is called Jane's Scenic Drive, and it goes, I think, something like 6 or 8 miles out to a turnaround point. But there are all these former tram trails from when this area was logged, and you can hike or obviously run, I think ride bikes. Anyway, I happened upon this one. A little jumpy. I keep hearing lizards in the brush thinking they're snakes. So anyway, I ran some of this trail on 50K a few years ago and remembered it being really pretty, which it is. It's definitely gonna slow me way down because, hey, it's just a little more, it's not what I would call technical, but it's more technical than a dirt road. And it's also narrower, shadier, and I'm having to keep a much more careful eye on where I step so I don't step on cottonmouth or something. So, might have been a dumb idea, but here we are. Hopefully you'll see this footage and that means I'm alive. Okay, so I said it was more technical. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably turn around here because I could probably walk by, but I don't want to disturb him and I don't want to encounter this all the way back to where I came in here. So if I were hiking, this would be different. I'm sure that sounds like, oh, if I was hiking, I would just walk past it. If I was hiking, I might try to get around it without disturbing it. And I would be more willing to press on, but I when I turn around to head back, I'm gonna be pretty tired and getting hungry, and I don't want to have a standoff with an alligator for 20 minutes. So that was a fun little distraction. Now I got to do math to figure out where my new turnaround point is going to be. Do you enjoy being alone in wilderness areas where you can hear things moving in the brush, but you can't see them? If that sounds like hell to you, you probably don't want to come to Fakahatchee Strand and run by yourself. Everywhere I go, I'm hearing stuff. None of it particularly menacing. I've seen a couple of raccoons, lots of birds. Nothing terribly exciting, but it is funny how you realize how alone you are when you start hearing things moving in the brush that you can't see. I love it. But if you don't, I mean, if you want to come out here, I'll come with you. Is the gator sitting over there? Awesome, thank you. Oh, there's more than one? Oh, nice. Oh, hi guys. Look at you. Beauties. So when I was here a couple weeks ago, one of those was sitting there, and I've seen it here a couple times before. But, two for Sunday or something. So I've reached the end of the part of Jane's Scenic Drive that you can drive on. I'm actually not sure if this is still considered Jane's Scenic Drive or if it's got a different name now from where you can't drive. But anyway, I was going to turn around at the parking lot back there, but to try to get the mileage to line up a little bit better, I'm going to go to 8 miles. Got another 2/10 to go. Turn around there. That should get me pretty close to 15 at the place where I parked. I may have to run back and forth a little bit to get to 15, but it should be good. So I need to come out and explore this section more. I've run out to this a couple of times now, but I haven't really explored where this trail goes, and there's quite a lot of trail out here, so maybe that'll end up in some future video. Just passing by those same 2 gators again. Some ibises back there. It's a really pretty spot. You're okay, little lady. She picked her head up. You can kind of tell when they're super relaxed and they know you're there and they don't care. They just sit there and they don't move. They pick their head up like that. I'm always a little bit more wary. Very unlikely to attack. But if it, for some reason, in that case, it would just probably launch straight into the water. But if it wanted to go past where I was, even without trying to bite me, their tail can be quite dangerous. And I don't have a change of shorts with me, so the rest of the run would be terrible. So it's always good to treat them with respect. All right, we're back at the gate at the end of Jane's Scenic Drive. Just 6 or so short miles to go. Well, Neverglades Mink just ran across the trail, or the road. There's no way he's gonna still be there when we get there, and we'd have to be right on top of him for GoPro to see it, but I'll show you where he went in case he, for some reason, makes an appearance. That's 2 Everglades minks I've seen here. The first one was a couple years ago. Let's see. Where'd you go, buddy? Just have to take my word for it. Saw an Everglades mink. Okay, so you're not gonna believe me, but another Everglades mink just ran across the road, like, I don't know, 75 yards ahead of me. There's, again, even if I had the camera on and pointed that way, you wouldn't have probably been able to see it at all, much less tell what it is. I'm just gonna leave the camera on for a minute. See if it runs out again or another one comes by. Maybe we're in the thick of them. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm seeing. My hope is a deer. Could be a bear, could be a panther. I hope, if it's a panther, I'd like to see it and hopefully watch it run away quickly. Same for a bear, to be quite honest with you. And that's the right size for a panther, though. There's no way the camera's picking this up. Ah, shoot, I think it went off the trail. Alright, I'm gonna leave the camera on until we get to that spot. I'm also gonna slow to a walk because my legs are starting to cramp. And I don't want to have to make any sudden moves and have a massive debilitating cramp all of a sudden. So the Florida panther is exceedingly rare or endangered. I'm not sure what the technical status is, if it's endangered or threatened or whatever it is, but they are in a very high concentration here in this area. I've seen 3 in my life, 4 in my life, 3 in the last couple of years. I'd love to be able to say for certain that's what that was. And unfortunately, GoPros don't excel at stuff that's far away. Well, obviously whatever it was is gone. I really think that was a panther. I will look at the footage and see if there's any way I can get it to be at all clear, but I'm not hopeful of that at all. But either way, big predator. So that's kind of cool to be out here running and see one in the distance. And if it noticed me, it sure didn't give any indication that it did. It probably has as I've walked by talking to you, but I kind of wanted that. But so, all right, well, it was worth coming out here now. My pace is shot to hell now, but I don't care. I've got 3.6 miles to go, if I'm doing math right. So as long as I'm not getting a good pace. So this is a gator hole. Gators will make a big hole so they can stay wet during the dry season, and it becomes a source of water for surrounding wildlife, and fish get condensed into it. And as you might be able to tell, those fish can provide a meal for the gator. So I thought he was moving around because of me, but it seems like he is getting some calories. And you can see the ibises over on the other side that are taking advantage of the foraging opportunities. That's probably 11, 12 footer, I would say. I don't even know if I'm getting him in the, I'm sorry, I'm looking at him not through the camera, so if I'm getting terrible angles, I apologize. But that's a good sized boy. I say boy, I have no idea if it's a male or female. It's a big one though. If I can get a better angle over here. God, he's massive. just since he pointed him in this direction. I didn't want to be standing too close. I could sit here and watch this all day long, but I do need to finish this run. So, thanks for the show, big guy. Take a look back as car comes in, so there's not going to be anything back there anymore. Right. Have I mentioned how much I love this place? Okay, back to the running. Well, since you're here, I'll share with you some honesty about where I am right this second. I'm at just hit mile 12 just now, and I'm walking because my old nemesis of leg cramps is rearing its ugly head. So some of you may know this, but last year I attempted to run 50 miles in the Keys. The race is called the Keys 100. It's a 100-mile race, but there's a 50-mile and a 50K option. And I was doing the 50-mile option, and I got to about mile 17, I think, and just got leg cramps that would not go away. And I'm walking another 16 miles before finally realizing that it wasn't going to get any better. And, you know, arguably I could have just finished it, but I was going to be getting there at like 1 or 2 in the morning instead of the, you know, kind of 10 o'clock at night that I was planning on. And there's other reasons that aren't worth going into, but so I feel fine right now. I'm not tired at all. I'm hungry. In fact, this is kind of a bummer because I'd like to get back to the truck quickly so I can eat because I'm starving. But I can't really run now. I'm going to walk for a little while and hopefully I can pick it back up again. But and I bring this up just for a couple reasons. One, because I'm bored. I might as well talk to you. But one is when people hear what distances I run or aspire to run. So for example, the 50 miler, when I told people I was going to run 50 miles, sometimes people would say, "Wait, you're going to run the whole thing? You don't stop or walk or anything?" And I would say, "Well, yeah, you know, I'll walk some and, you know, stop, take breaks and stuff." And people would say, "Oh, like, oh, okay, well, anybody can do that." It's not, that's not hard. It's running the entire time that's hard. All of this is hard. In fact, in some ways, this is the hardest part for me because I'd like to just grind this out and be done. And it's not lack of motivation or being just exhausted or not having enough water or anything. And there's plenty of, everybody has a pet reason why they think leg cramps happen, or muscle cramps in general. I've tried a lot of things and I'll continue to try other things, but I'm well hydrated, I'm well fueled. I've run 13 miles recently, like within the last couple of months. I did a half marathon. So, you know, I should be okay right now, but for whatever reason I'm not. So, but anyway, walking is running. When I say I'm running, you know, some long distance, what I mean by run is cover the distance on foot as fast as I can at any given time. So, you know, for the last 12 miles I've been running, and right now I'm running. It's just that my running right now is at a walking pace until hopefully I can give my muscles enough time to relax and I can start running again. But this is the reality of it for me. But sure beats sitting on the couch. Well, I've had to stop completely a couple of times. I've been walking since mile 12 and mile 13.72 now. I tried running a minute ago, probably made it 100 yards before started cramping again, so I'm just walking it in. Whatever the distance is when I get to my truck is going to be the distance. It'll probably be, I don't know, 14.56, something like that. But anyway, that's fine. I came out here to be in nature and get some exercise, so yeah, maybe not the finish I wanted to my run, but I've got a pub sub waiting for me, and I got my fly rod with me, so after I have a little recovery, maybe I'll catch a fish to make myself feel better. So it's been a really nice time out here though. Okay, time for phase 2. Hi, little fella. Saw quite a lot of fish last time I was here, but I'm not seeing a lot. Well, there's not a lot going on here, so I think I'm gonna move over to the canal along the highway and check out a few spots, kind of meander towards home, but it'll probably take a couple of hours to get there. I've been driving for a while, I don't know, 5 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles, something like that. Stopped a couple of places, just not seeing any fish at all. And I just stopped here and I saw a couple of what I believe are Oscars. So we'll give this spot a try. Looks like a lot of people fish here. That could be good or bad. Well, it got bumped right away. Just following it. Yeah. Somebody tried to take it. Fish was barely bigger than the fly. All right, I'm gonna try a smaller fly. At least maybe I can catch a stump knocker or something just for laughs. All right, let's see if this smaller fly helps. Well, I've been here for like an hour. And this is a spotted sunfish or stump knocker who finally managed to get himself hooked. Sorry, little guy. So that's my massive catch of the day. See you, buddy. Well, I may stop at another spot. I'm done here, but still fun. Those fish are quite aggressive. They're kind of adorable. I've caught one probably 5 times that size, maybe. That's probably the smallest one I've ever caught. I didn't even know what they were. I'd never heard of them or seen them before until less than a year ago, probably 8-9 months ago at the most. And now I've probably caught, I don't know, a dozen of them at least. So it's a fun thing about fishing. There's always new stuff to learn. Anyway, all right, well, let's see if we can find another spot. Well, that could be a good sign that there's fish there. Again, well, he just went underwater. I don't know if you can tell with the GoPro. There's an alligator over there. There's a gator that went under right in the middle. Obviously there was just a fish splashing around drastically. That's interesting. There's another gator over here, and there's a really big one over there. I'll try to show you. Just trying to decide if it's feasible to cast and maybe catch a fish here with if you haven't watched other videos of mine about fishing out here, the alligators will try to take your catch, and that's something we definitely don't want. both because of the potential danger, but also because we don't want the alligator to associate humans with food. Speaking of food, sorry, I'm eating potato chips because I'm starving again. All right, I'm gonna look around here and see if I'm gonna get the rod down or not. So it came, I guess, up canal from that spot where the gators were. Saw a bunch of gar sitting here. So I just took a cast, and I've gotten hit a couple times by what I think are sunfish or bluegill. I saw a big tilapia swimming around on the bottom. I've yet to figure out how to catch tilapia on a fly, so I'm not even worried about him, but the fact that, you know, there's some other fish species here might be a good sign. So we'll give this a try for a few minutes. All right, so this is a bluegill, which is what I thought was biting earlier, or trying to bite earlier. Let's see if we can get a, yeah, so beautiful little guy. All right, thanks buddy, sorry about that. All right, well, 2 species for the day, that's good. Let's go take a look at this big alligator before the battery dies. So I caught that fish right there. And just over here is this lovely fellow, minding his own business. The GoPro, again, does not do a great job of bringing things from a distance up close, but I would say he's 12 feet. That's beautiful back there too. I doubt you can see, but there's just this beautiful opening into the forest, or the swamp, but it's kind of dry right now. Anyway, all right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. Bye, big guy. I may stop at one other place I'm curious about checking out. If there's anything there, I'll clip on some bonus footage. But anyway, I hope you found this inspiring or interesting or entertaining or something. You know, this is one of my favorite ways to experience the swamp areas of Southwest Florida, is to get my run in and then spend the rest of the afternoon fishing. It's a really nice break from the pressures of the real world. So hopefully you can find something like that wherever you live. Anyway, if you like the stuff, click subscribe, like, all that good stuff. If you are not already following me on my main channel, you might want to check out the Jason of All Trades. It's where I do sewing stuff primarily. If you're not into sewing, you should definitely check it out. You might find that it's cooler than you thought. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. So I did stop again. This is, oh boy, come on, man. So this is the same, this is a different part of the same park that I was running in, that I've never been to. And there is a massive peacock bass in this pond here in this lake. So of course I couldn't resist putting another fly on and seeing if I could get him to take a selfie with me. So far, no joy, but yeah, give it a try for a few minutes and see what I can do. All right, so there's 2 peacocks. God, they're huge, easily the biggest peacocks I will have caught if I can catch one. And they just chased off a 3rd gigantic peacock. Yeah, okay. Wow.